Hello everybody, this is Crystal Guardian here to do another tarot reading for the collective. We're going to call on our guides, guardians, spirit, ancestors. Please give us your divine guidance and wisdom in this reading today. Any negative energies being sent our way, please return them back to the center. Thank you. Okay, so I'm going to be using the Yin Yang Oracle today. So let's just see what we have going on. This is a new deck I just got. This is too many. Okay, so far we have higher self activation, attraction. It says Mars hot. We have thoughts isolating, feminine, chemistry and passion, transcendence and unity, forming structure, solid foundation, ego, vanity, and pride. Let's just get one more. Okay, we have guarded vulnerability. Okay. So it looks here like you possibly have a new love interest coming in. At least it's no more third-party bullshit. We have higher self-activation. So you could possibly be activating your intuition, working on your higher self, meditating, going in, healing. It looks like you're ascending. This is leading to you transcending here. And it looks like this ascension, this transcendence, says transcendence and unity. It looks like this is going to lead to a passionate new beginning for you. We have chemistry and passion here, hot attraction. And it looks like whatever this new love is coming in is going to be a solid foundation. I feel like Spirit is warning you though, don't let your pride and your ego make you too guarded from the possibility of new love. You could possibly be isolating yourself after going through some heartbreak. With feminine being here, you could either be in your divine feminine energy or you could be attracting in a divine feminine. Take it as it resonates. But it looks like you do have some new love interest coming in. And it looks like there's going to be a lot of passion and chemistry. And with the attraction here, it's going to be hot. So let's see what's going on. I'm going to use this Neon Tarot deck for confirmation. So let's see, what is higher self-activation out here? Okay, so it looks like you closed out a cycle where, with the World card being here, and whatever this cycle was that you closed out, it looks like there was a lot of conflict with the Five of Wands being here and drama and whatever this was. And when you walked away, it could have left you feeling like you were out in the cold. But by you closing this cycle, you were activating your higher self by going in and doing the healing work, getting out of this cycle of toxic repetition. It helped you to ascend and elevate. I feel like you learned your lesson from dealing with whoever this was. Now, this could have been a romantic situation. I'm getting it's a romantic situation because I feel like you closed out an old romantic partnership to open up this new passionate, hot relationship that's coming in, whatever this new relationship is, it's going to be a solid foundation, and there's going to be unity between the two of you, whoever you and this new person are that's coming in. But it looks like you went through a lot of bullshit in whatever this past relationship was. Like I said, it could have been a family relationship, it could have been a friendship, but I'm getting more, this was an actual romantic relationship where there was a lot of drama and conflict and fighting. This person either left you out in the cold, or you walked away and left them out in the cold when you closed this cycle. But by closing out this cycle, this is what helped you elevate and activate your higher self. Okay, why is attraction here? Okay. So, with this attraction being here, you are either this King of Wands, who's somebody who is a stable person, but you're passionate. Now, this is a masculine energy, but this could be for a man or a woman. And this could also be whoever this new person is that's coming in towards you. You're either this King of Wands or this Queen of Cups. If you're the King of Wands, somebody who's a leader, who's stable, who's mature, who's able to take control of situations, you're calling in this Queen of Cups. This is somebody who's going to be kind, caring, compassionate, giving. Or you're this Queen of Cups and you're calling in this King of Wands. And whatever this relationship is, it's going to be hot. With the Knight of Pentacles being here, I feel like this could be, you could be wondering where this person is, where this soulmate is, because I am getting whoever's coming in, this is a soulmate with the transcendence and unity. This is a divine counterpart. Now with the Knight of Pentacles here, I feel like you've been waiting for this for a while. It's coming in, but it's coming in slowly, this new person. They're taking their time. They were possibly waiting for you to elevate to this higher self. They could be holding back from coming in. I feel like the universe is sending this person into you. They could be holding them back at the moment because if you're still isolating and in your thoughts over this past relationship with all the conflict and drama, still going through your healing, the universe, God, your higher self is waiting for you to finish your healing, to emotionally detach from this person completely before they send this new person in. Because if you're not healed, it's going to screw up this new relationship. Yeah, you do have this Ace of Wands coming in. And this is after you change your perspective about whatever went on in this past relationship. You could be blaming yourself. You have to go in and work on forgiving yourself more than forgiving whoever this was that put you through this. I think the biggest problem that we face, like some people will say, oh, you have to forgive them, you have to be their bigger person. I feel like it's more about being willing to forgive yourself than worrying about forgiving whoever this past asshole was that left you out in the cold and created all this drama and conflict. I feel like it's more about you going in and forgiving yourself. Because when we're in an abusive relationship or toxic relationship, we have a tendency, when it's all over and done, and we walk away from it, to think, why did I tolerate that for so long? Why did I let this person treat me this way? Why did I allow this to happen? And we beat ourselves up rather than like treat ourselves with kindness. And I feel like that's what you need to gain this perspective on with the Ace of Swords here, this new perspective. I feel like you have to treat yourself with kindness. Forgive yourself for tolerating what you tolerated for as long as you tolerated it. Because I feel like that's the only way. I'm getting that there was no happiness in this relationship, this with the sun in the reverse. Whoever this relationship was with, whatever the situation was, it had you very depressed and down with the sun in the reverse. I feel like whatever happened in this past relationship was an injustice towards you. This person was not fair to you. They treated you unjustly with the justice here in the reverse. And I feel like you're having a hard time getting over it with the thoughts and isolating here. You could be holding back from getting into a new relationship because you don't want to go through what you've already been through in the past with this past person. So you're holding back, you're guarded, you have your boundaries up with anybody new that comes in because you don't want to go through this situation again. And I feel like that's because you feel like you cannot trust yourself. You cannot forgive yourself for allowing this person to put you through what they put you through. So the Ace of Swords being here, this is about gaining a new perspective. So I feel like you need to gain a new perspective for yourself, for the way you're looking at yourself for tolerating this. And I feel like when you learn to forgive yourself here for what you've been through, that is when this Ace of Wands, this passionate new beginning is going to come your way. Once you finally started to look at the situation, instead of blaming yourself for how much time you wasted, what you allowed this person to do to you, go and say, they were a shitbag. I didn't deserve this. I'm a good person. I wasn't stupid. I wasn't naive. I trusted this person because I cared about them. And having a kind, loving, open heart isn't something I should be ashamed of having. And I feel like once you go in and do that, that is when you're really going to activate this divine feminine energy or call in this divine feminine energy. So let's see, why is feminine here? Yeah, by you being able to express vulnerability, which we have at the bottom of the card, letting your guard down with new people. I'm not saying to totally let it down. Don't go in with rose-colored glasses on and ignore all the red flags with any new person you meet. You learn lessons from this past relationship. Use those lessons with any new person that you meet. If somebody comes in and they're flashing warning signals, waving those red flags, don't just go blindly into another relationship with this new person that's flashing all these warning signs and triggers. But you have to be a little bit open, a little bit vulnerable to meeting new people. You have to kind of take a leap of faith here with the Fool to get into a new relationship, to put yourself back out there, because Prince Charming isn't going to come knocking on your door while you're hanging out in your house watching TV. You're going to have to put yourself back out there to some degree in order for this new person to come in. And this is where your new beginnings are going to lie. Once you're willing to let your guard down a little bit, be a little vulnerable, like I said, put yourself out there. That's when these new possibilities are going to awaken for you here with the Ace of Pentacles. And this is going to lead to your victory and success. And this isn't just with romantic relationships. This is with jobs and things as well. With the Pentacles being here, this could be about if you were interested in changing your line of work or wanting a raise or going for that promotion, you have to kind of take a leap of faith, because if you don't put yourself out there a little bit, these new opportunities aren't going to come in. But by doing that, That's where you're going to find your victory and success. So let's see why chemistry and passion is out here. Okay, so I feel like with the 10 of Swords being here and then the 6 of Cups, whoever the past person was, they really put you through the ringer. They really stabbed you in the back here. With the 6 of Cups, I'm getting that this is a past relationship where you were really betrayed and stabbed in the back. Now you're in this 9 of Pentacles energy. You're here, you're by yourself, you're doing good on your own, but you're independent here. But I do feel like you do have somebody new coming in with the Knight of Swords. Now, this could be how this past person came in. They could have come rushing in and love bombed you. Like, you could have been over here being independent, enjoying your single life, minding your own business. And then this past person came rushing in, love bombing you, only to betray you. So I feel like you're almost afraid of getting into like another relationship where there is a lot of chemistry and passion, because you feel like that's what led you down this road of destruction in the past. So what I would say is you can have chemistry with somebody, you can have passionate beginnings, but just don't rush things. If somebody's coming into you and they're almost making it feel like a high pressured sales pitch, like one of those infomercials, like buy it now, the sale is ending tonight, you have to buy it by midnight tonight. Like if this new person is coming in like pushing your boundaries, trying to make you feel like you're being rushed into this situation, that's a red flag. Take a step back. You can have a passionate beginning without it being narcissistic love bombing. So why is transcendence and unity out here? Let's see. Okay, so we had the Hangman come out crossing. So I feel like you do feel like you're a little bit stuck. I feel like you did have to take a step back to gain perspective on things. But you're kind of like, feel like you're stuck in this energy now. So with the King of Pentacles and the Hierophant coming out and the Knight of Wands, I feel like you are ready to move forward. Like you feel like enough time has passed. You've worked on your healing, but now you're feeling like things are kind of stagnant for you. You're ready to move on to somebody new. Like I said, you can move on, but just don't overrush things. Like the Knight of Wands is about new passion beginnings, but you also have this King of Pentacles and this Hierophant here. So I feel like you're going to have multiple options. The Knight of Wands is usually like my fuckboy card, I call it. Fuckboy, fuckgirl energy. So if you have multiple options coming in, don't fall for the Knight of Wands energy. Like I said, this is fuckboy energy, fuckgirl energy. If somebody is pushing you beyond your boundaries, trying to make you move too fast in a relationship to the point where it's raising red flags, it's kind of giving you like that gut feeling like something is wrong. Take a step back from this person, because I feel like you're going to have multiple options and not all of them are going to be great for you. And like I said, you don't want to rush into a situation where you're going to end up being love bombed and betrayed again. So I feel like whoever this Knight of Wands energy that could be coming in is going to be like the same energy of your past person in a new body. But I do feel like with the King of Pentacles being here, and we saw the King of Wands, don't settle for a knight. Settle for a king or queen. Don't take this page or knight energy. Hold yourself out for the king and the queen, because if you're in a divine feminine energy, divine masculine energy, you're not going to have a good partnership with somebody who's in a page or a knight energy. So I feel like whoever you are moving towards, if you're moving towards this King of Pentacles or the King of Knights that we saw before, or the Queen of Cups, this is going to be a committed relationship, because we have the Hierophant here, and that is about commitment. And then with the unity and transcendence, when you meet this person, I feel like you're going to know, like I said, there is going to be other options coming in that aren't going to be the best for you. So just keep your eyes open. But when you meet the person that you're actually supposed to be with, they won't be waving all these red flags. They won't be trying to rush you into anything you're not ready for. And this is going to be an official committed relationship with the Hierophant here. And it will be a solid foundation with whoever this person is. So let's see why this is here. Forming structure, solid foundation. Okay. Yeah, I feel like whoever you were with in the past was in this devil energy. Now it's in the reverse because you put this person behind you. They had you trapped in your head here with this Eight of Swords. You had to go in and do some healing, some self-reflection with the Four of Swords here. You had to take a step back. You had to withdraw. You had to be guarded. You had to isolate just to gather your thoughts so that you could heal yourself. So that's what this Four of Swords is, after whatever this relationship was, that this past partner that was in this devil energy that had you trapped in your head with the Eight of Swords here. But I feel like after going through all of this situation, I feel like this person was in devil energy, had you trapped in your head. You had to go in, do the healing work, withdraw for a while from the dating scene. Now I feel like you are ready to love again with the Lovers being here. And like I said, when you find this divine counterpart, this is going to be a solid foundation for you. Now the ego here, it says vanity and pride. This could also be this past person. They could have been like an egomaniac, a narcissist, with the devil being here. They could have had a lot of pride and vanity. Let their ego rule your relationship, put you in bad energy to satisfy their own ego. Okay, so yeah, I do feel like whoever you were dealing with in the past, they were very egotistical. They were very vain and prideful. They were immature with this Page of Cups energy. They created a lot of towers in your life during this relationship. I feel like you really had to go in and do the inner healing work here with the Eight of Pentacles. And I feel like you did that. And now you're ready to step forward, make a new beginning for yourself with the Three of Wands here. Your ships are starting to come in now. You're ready to move on to new things. You see a bright future for yourself. Let's see what the guarded and vulnerability is. I feel like you're guarded now because whoever you were dealing with in the past, they presented themselves as a King of Cups, whether they were a man or a woman. They presented themselves as this like kind, caring, compassionate, giving energy. But this was all just an illusion with the Seven of Cups being here. And with the King of Cups, he has one cup. And then the Seven Cups here, that equals 8 cups. Now the 8 of cups is all about walking away. So I feel like you had to walk away from this person because they pretended to be this kind, caring person, but this was really all just bullshit and illusions. And you don't want to fall for them again. You feel like you're worried about somebody new coming in and trying to pull the wool over your eyes, feed you more cups full of bullshit. So now you're guarded about this. You don't want to move on to a new relationship because you don't want to be hurt again. Let's just get a couple more. But I feel like if you're willing to let your guard down a little bit, you're willing to open yourself up to the idea of a new relationship again, you are going to end up with a 10 of cups. Like I said, just pay attention. Don't rush into things. The Page of Pentacles is telling me, like, go into things slowly. Build a stable foundation. Don't let somebody come in, like I said, and try to push your relationship or push your boundaries, almost like they're a used car salesman that's trying to sell you some deal that's going to expire at midnight. Don't let them rush you into anything you're not ready for, because I do feel like you have a stable new beginning coming in. This is going to be something good. It is going to lead to a 10 of cups, which is all about basically living happily ever after in a family situation. But like I said, you have to open up a little bit for people, but do it in moderation. Like, don't put on those rose-colored glasses. Don't have blinders on. Learn the lessons that you needed to learn from dealing with this past person. Learn, you fell for these illusions. You saw the games and the mind play and the mind tricks that this last person, the mind games that this last person tried to play on you or did play on you. So you're aware of what to look for now. So don't give up on love. Be open and willing. But like I said, remember these lessons that this past person taught you. And by doing that, that's where you're going to build a stable foundation. That's where you're going to find your 10 of cups. So that's the reading. If you liked it and it resonated with you, drop a like, comment, or subscribe, and we'll catch you in the next reading. Have a great day. Bye.